Winning the gold medal at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games was an incredible feeling. It felt like such a celebration of all the hard work that's gone into this journey.
And Stevenson for a glory gold medal performance, taking down the Chinese for another gold medal in this boat division. Rowles does it again, this time with the Gregg Stevenson.
I'm Gregg Stevenson. I graduated from the Open University in 2022 with a BSc in sports, fitness and coaching. I grew up in East Lancashire, an industrial area. I knew I enjoyed being outdoors. I wasn't particularly good at sitting still in the classroom, so I knew office type work probably wasn't a good idea for me. And you know, the military appealed, you know, being outdoors, the sport, and yeah, you know, the whole culture just appealed. It felt like the right choice. So I joined as a Royal Engineer. The highlight of my career was doing the All-Arms Commando course. I served within 2-4 Engineer Commando. In 2009, I was injured in Afghanistan. I was in Helmand Province. I stepped on an IED, which is an improvised explosive device. So they were the crude devices that were, you know, commonly placed in the ground. And yeah, unfortunately, I detonated one and became a double amputee as a result. The period after injury was quite confusing, but actually, you know, initially I had, you know, purpose because I was part of the rehabilitation process. So very military, you know, very organised, things to do every day. I suppose my struggle came in the actual medical discharge back to my community. So that's when I didn't have as many things going on. I did struggle to find employment. And was rejected from several universities. And so I heard about the programme, like most things these days, you know, via social media. I saw the Army Benevolent Fund. I'd put out a post, you know, saying that the scheme was open, you know, and I just clicked on the link and read more, and just unbelievable. What an opportunity. I remember being really excited to apply. So the course I chose was very relevant to my career. At the time I was working in a gym setting, in a rehabilitation gym, and I thought getting a sports coaching qualification would be really useful. So I was learning more about exercise, about sports psychology, about the human body, about performance. And I just thought that's really going to stand me in good stead moving forward. I applied to the Disabled Scholarship Fund. I knew I wanted to get involved in higher education. I knew I wanted to further my career. So receiving the letter to say I've been successful, you know, on the scheme was just incredible. I think having faced the rejection previously and probably felt that higher education wasn't really for me, you know, it was an incredible letter to receive. The most enjoyable bits were probably finding areas and subjects that I didn't know, you know, an incredible amount about, but was pretty interested in. Like for me, it was sports psychology. I went into that not knowing much and got really inspired. It inspired me to, you know, open the door to a career in mental health. I felt I was a better athlete if I kept myself busy rather than, you know, sitting around. And I felt accomplished when I'd had a day of, you know, getting my sport done as well as, you know, some study. And then that opened up the evenings and weekends, you know, to spend time with my family. The things I love about the OU is being able to do things at my own pace. You know, I wanted to be quite intense with my learning, like most things. I really want to get on with it, but that suited me. So, you know, I could do it in the evenings, at the weekends, you know, alongside having a young family, as well as, you know, holding a job. And they were really important things to me. I didn't want to give them up. Winning the gold medal at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games was an incredible feeling. It felt like such a celebration of all the hard work that's gone into this journey. You know, the sports psychology work, you know, the sports coaching work that I did on my undergrad, then coupled with the psychology work I did in my masters. It was, you know, the analogy in the final where we got pushed really hard and we had to stay cool, calm, collected. It was just everything that perhaps previously I haven't been able to achieve. Being an OU graduate has changed my life significantly. You know, being taken seriously in the workplace, as well as, you know, being able to engage with even further in higher education. You know, I've now studied a master's and completed that. I'm currently studying a PhD. All things that weren't attainable prior to, you know, starting with the OU. I honestly want to thank everybody who's involved in supporting the Disabled Veterans Scholarship Fund. It's changed my life. You know, it's opened the door to so many opportunities, be that the rowing opportunities, going on to win a gold medal, be that, you know, work opportunities. You know, I'm now the lived experience lead in the north of England for Op Courage, and also studying a PhD. You know, who'd have thought at the start of this journey that, you know, this is where I'd be sat today thanks to your support.